Good evening. Hope you are doing well. So, friends, today we will continue with the topic of abundance. We'll touch another topic connected to, again, quantum physics a little bit. And as you know, I connect to Dr. Joe Dispenza's science a lot. Okay. So, and I have personally experienced in my so many years of spiritual practice, friends, that before things get better, things get worse. Okay. And sometimes people get scared. They leave this meditation thinking that मैं तो meditation अच्छे के लिए कर रही थी. मेरे साथ इतना बुरा क्यों हो रहा है? Okay. Joe Dispenza also gives this beautiful explanation that, sometimes people get scared. They were, trying to manifest something great and suddenly they will lose their job. Suddenly they will lose a relationship. Suddenly they will fall sick. All hell will break loose, and they will start doubting that whether they are practicing the right path or not. This is what Dr. Joe Dispenza says as well. Because friends, so in order to bring back parts together and make it and shape it into a better a new version of you need to break apart, fall apart. And only when you fall apart, friends, then only you can bring yourself back to that new you, that new self, the new you. Uh, and it's so important because why I'm sharing this is that some of my friends, they have, they reached out and said, Didi, things are going sometimes is more worse. Things are so challenging at home, and why is it happening? Then there are questions that, Didi, you are not there with us, that's why there is problem. Physically, if you could meditate with you, I think that would have been better. Okay. So but friends, what I say is that again, science has shown that even when whether we are sitting together or we are sitting apart, when we feel group energy, we are supporting each other. Okay. So in a way, even if it is we are miles apart, still the meditation and the group energy will support each other. Mhm. So it has nothing to do if your life is falling apart. It also means it is trying to bring things back together. As I told you, many of you know my life is not easy. So sometimes extremely painful that I had to also go through severe kind of shocks, traumas, needed therapies. And today I'm here because of all the learnings. I'm not a product of book. बुक से तो पढ़ ही रही हूँ, बट मेरा लाइफ ही एक बुक है. It has taught me so many things. Hmm? And one of the one of there was a time, like, things became so painful and unbearable that there are, and Eckhart Tolle was talking about this, and he came to me at a time when I really needed him. Eckhart Tolle मेरे लाइफ में एक बार आया जब मैं I really needed the kind of, because I was helpless, I was stressed, I was traumatized, I didn't know what to do, and I was falling apart thinking this is the worst that can happen to me. इससे बुरा कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता है मेरे साथ. And I had no support, lost all trust, stopped believing in people, start thinking that you cannot trust anybody, so many things, mixed feelings. And I felt that it is better to die than to even live in this body because it's so painful. But I, thankfully, because of the spiritual understanding, I will not even die. That is another thing, that मुझे पता है कि मरने से बॉडी मर जाता है, सोल का कर्मा फिर से जन्म लेगा, फिर उसको सफर करना है. तो क्या फायदा, even if you want to take away your body. Yeah. And that's when Eckhart Tolle's learning came to my life. And he was saying, and he says that enlightenment, enlightenment, we are all looking for the final stage of enlightenment, right? हम enlightenment चाहते हैं, या फिर हम वैसा एक state चाहते हैं कि deep inner state of peace. And that actually, that situation where I was really falling apart and I didn't know what to do, nothing. That is the time when बोलते कि उसी टाइम में, because helpless हो ना, कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो, कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो. And that's when the ego crashes. ईगो का पूरा टच नच हो जाता है, पूरा टूट जाता है ईगो. एंड व्हेन यू totally lose your ego, and that's when the beauty comes. You can go, you say that, okay, I know I want nothing in my life. It gives me so pain. Love gives me so pain, children and all these things, friendship and all these things gives me so pain. And I don't want anything in my life anymore. Just take it away. I don't want even want to associate with my body. I don't even want to associate with my mind. इतना painful हो गया था मेरे लिए उसको handle करना. And that's when actual beauty happened. I pierced through that ego, and I said, and I went deep into the presence of the divine. Hmm? जहाँ पे, I felt such freedom in that presence, that at least I'm free from the pain, I'm free from everything, I'm just one with you, divine. हाँ. इसीलिए बोलते हैं ना कि रूमी भी बोलता है कि the door to that source is a broken heart. Hmm? And in many cases, I had so many, my relatives, I had some challenges sometimes long back where I loved a cousin so much, and he really backstabbed. So many things happened. So I can, you come to me with all these stories, right? इसने मेरे साथ backstab किया, वो उसने किया, ये किया. मेरे साथ, I am also a human being. I've also gone through all these pains and all these challenges. And because, the pain was so much at last, I said, I don't want anything in this world. I just want you, divine. I want nothing. Take everything away from me and just give me you. And friends, the beauty of it is that the moment you want only the divine and nothing else, वो naturally तुम्हारे लाइफ में आता रहता है तुमको और कुछ करने, बिकॉज तुम्हारा और कोई किसी से कोई तुम्हारा डिटैचमेंट हो गया है तुम्हारा सबसे इतना ज्यादा कि you are no longer looking for or craving for anything, or any any maybe किसको what well, any kind of status symbol, house or something. You have become so detached with the whole world that divine तब छप्पड़ फाड़ के देता है. वो बोलता है कि वो तुझे तो सिर्फ मैं चाह, you only want me, you want nobody else. So I will give you everything, whatever you want. This is my case, friends, but it takes time. Okay. It takes time. It doesn't happen so easily. It takes, so whenever you are falling apart, see, that time happened when I was falling apart. I felt this is the end. इससे ज्यादा तो मेरा brain झेल ही नहीं पाएगा. That is when I actually was coming back together to become the new version of, now I am a different, I think 2.10 हो जाएगा, but that was a new version of 2.3, 2.4, कुछ भी version बोलो. Okay, so don't be scared of falling apart. Don't be scared कि मैं जितना मैं material things, जितना मैं ये session abundance का course कर रही हूँ, उतना मेरे life में problem आ रहा है, क्यों आ रहा है? No. Okay, because one is, this is what it says, that then it has to again shape itself, right? The soul has to, or my life has to shape itself to become the new you. And if you see it another perspective, it also has to release a lot of karma. Dekho, the reason why I'm not earning or not having this abundance in my life, maybe because I have done 1000 degree of karma in my past lives. Okay, that karma through meditation I'm trying to burn. Okay, and when I'm trying to burn, I I will get a little degree, if not 1000 degree, थोड़ा सा ही सही वो कर्मा मुझे मेरे पास आएगा, ताकि मैं उससे, so that I can learn my lessons, the negative things that I've did to somebody else, I can at least realize, okay, this is not right, this is how I should not be, reacting, talking to people, insulting people or whatever, judging people or whatever. And all these things will come as a learning. तो इस वजह से भी थोड़ा सा ही सही, when we are meditating, working towards a goal, you will see sometimes the suffering, instead of diminishing, it increases even more. Okay, I'm making you aware, so that many times, people, because they don't know the science, immediately problem आता है, बोलता है ये meditation काम नहीं करता है, छोड़ देता हूँ. Okay, so it's so important to also know. And also, if your loved ones are also meditating, make them aware that no, 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 this is, don't give up. There is a dawn after a dark night. Okay. Then, friends, now let us come back to the topic where it is talking. So, again, the Newtonian way. There are two ways. The Newton way, the quantum way. Okay. So the quantum way is what the way we are doing, meditators, right? But Newton way is the way of hard work. It is, sheer hard work and nothing else. मुझे अपना बॉडी लगाना है, और बॉडी से कसरत करना है, जॉब जाना है, हार्ड वर्क करना है, बॉस के साथ लड़ाई करना है, सब कुछ करना है, टू डू एवरीथिंग. And then, at the end of the day, I will get something. Okay, I will have something, and I will, so doing, having, and being. This is a sequence that happens to people who follow the Newtonian way. I will do first, then I will have that money or something in my life, and after that I will be happy, I will be satisfied, I'll be contented, I'll be free. Okay, this is the sequence of Newtonian way of living: doing, having, being. Okay, but the quantum way is totally opposite. Iसीलिए, I think, I remember Anandita we were talking, and I said, what are you doing, Anandita? First work on your meditation, don't run around. Because meditators live a quantum way. Long back, মনে আছে না আনন্দিতা? বলছিলাম আমি তোমাকে. Because quantum way of living, yeah, so quantum way of living is first being, then having, and then doing. The sequence is totally opposite. For otherwise, it is you are running around and you are not reaching the goal, you're just running around. Have you seen hamsters? Hamsters को एक wheel में आप डाल देते हो ना, एक वो होता है ना जाली, एक wheel जैसा. Okay, and Newtonian way of living is like those hamsters, जाली में continuously दौड़ रहे हैं. Continuously आप देख रहे हो, oh, I'm so busy, I'm so busy, I'm so busy. Whenever you'll ask them, they will say, I'm so busy, no, 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 I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I am very busy, I am very busy. Okay, but at the end of the day, आप कोई प्रोडक्ट, कोई रिजल्ट कुछ भी नहीं देखोगे उतना ज्यादा significant. You will see result. Why not? People who work hard, do they not get result? They also get result. But it is very minimum and when it is opposite to the quantum way of living. Quantum way of living is being, having, doing. So being, having, doing का मतलब ये है, friends, that I have to be first. I have to already become the person that I want to become. If I want to become an abundant, rich billionaire, I already have to act and be like that person. How does a millionaire or a billionaire act? How does he feel? I have to feel in my meditation. I have to start being, or I would just have to be. I have to, even being in meditation itself means just be. Just be in the emptiness. Emptiness में tap करो, power को tap करो. Be. First step. Second, then after that, what I will have is that I will have maybe either an intuition or directly get that thing, and with that thing I will do something. I will have an intuition. Acha, do you remember I told you, right? I get intuition, then I act sometimes, and many times the intuitions are correct. Yeah. So I will have an intuition that act on this, trust this. And then it's not, I don't tell you to trust always your intuitions. You have to always double check. कभी कभी वो तुमको धोखा भी देगा. तो मैं कभी कभी डबल चेक भी करती हूँ कि सही है कि नहीं. डाउट। मुझे कभी कभी इंट्यूशन मुझे बोलता है कि इस आदमी पे पूरा ट्रस्ट करो। ओके, इसको पूरा ट्रस्ट करो, बट मुझे लगता है कि अरे इंट्यूशन बोल रहा है लेकिन आदमी थोड़ा तो गड़बड़ लग रहा है। ओके, बट लेटर आई रियलाइज नहीं नहीं, दिस वाज माई wrong understanding. The person was correct. The intuition was telling me एकदम correct that the person is perfect. Okay, so this is how sometimes हमारा mind बोलेगा, because the mind has a lot of negativity ना. It starts judging people and thinking that maybe no no no, I cannot trust this person and everything, but the intuitive will say no no no, you can trust this person. So this happens with being. So from being, I meditate, then I get those intuition, then I act on that. Doing comes at the end. इंट्यूशन में आया कि मुझे इस जॉब में अप्लाई करना चाहिए, बार बार आ रहा है, एक बार नहीं, एक बार आए तो मत करो. I took a third eye class from Hitesh once. He said, if you see the thing 3 times, then believe that it is correct. Okay, so at least 3 times आपको अगर कोई दिखे, वो चीज बार बार दिखे, तो आप उसको बिलीव करो कि ये करेक्ट है. There are different ways people, third eye masters, they teach you. Okay, so but this is what happens. This is the quantum way of approach. And being, why is being so important? I told you, right? Feeling is so important, friends. Feeling is extremely important, because हम जब feel करते हैं ना, even if the mind does not understand the difference between के ये पास्ट में हो गया है, ये मेरे साथ अभी हो रहा है, या फ्यूचर में होने वाला है, माइंड को कुछ ये सब कुछ समझ में नहीं आता. अब जैसा फीड दोगे ना, वो माइंड वैसा ही बिलीव करेगा. इवन इफ दैट 1 million is not in your account yet, but if you start feeling, oh, I'm a millionaire, oh, I can afford this, I can easily afford this, oh wow, that's why बोलते हैं ना, act, that you should act as if you are already that. Okay, तो माइंड को समझ में नहीं आता है. माइंड को लग रहा है ये तो ऑलरेडी मिलियनर है. सो ये तो ब्रेन, एंड द ब्रेन इज इलेक्ट्रिक. द ब्रेन कीप सेंडिंग द सिग्नल, ओ शी इज सो रिच, शी इज abundant, शी इज abundant. तो यूनिवर्स, एंड अगेन यूनिवर्स ऑल्सो डजंट हैव इट्स ओन माइंड. The universe says that, oh, she's abundant, so she should get more abundance, because the universe is nothing but a mirror. Universe is a mirror. It shows you whatever you are. It doesn't give anything extra. It only gives you what your frequency is and what you are thinking, what your emotions are. तुम्हारे इमोशंस अगर लैक के हुए कि मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है, मुझे चाहिए, तो यूनिवर्स बोलेगा तथास्तु, तुम्हारे पास कुछ नहीं रहेगा. मिरर. So when I give signals to my body that, oh wow, I'm enjoying this, visualizing that, oh, I'm having a great time, I'm having this abundance and everything. Okay, so then what happens is the universe starts preparing that thing in your life. But another thing, what happens, itne din tak I was only teaching you in meditation, visualize and feel as if you have already achieved. I already told you, right? This is what I we do every time, yeah, in present tense. But friends, there is a problem. एक problem आ जाता है उसमें, you know. The problem is that sometimes the mind starts visualizing, understanding that, wow, this is my new reality. But body does not understand that. Because mind को मैं feed कर रही हूँ, right? Mind को मैं बोल रही हूँ थोड़ा, wow, अच्छा, थोड़ा body में जा रहा है, लेकिन पूरा नहीं जा पा रहा है. थोड़ा feel कर रही हूँ तो body में जा रहा है कि I'm achieving this. But body completely समझ नहीं पा रहा है. The body is not being able to completely understand that, oh, it is an abundant body. It is not understanding. Then how would you train the body to feel abundant? Any idea? How do we do it? Just guess. Yes. बॉडी को कैसे, ब्रेन को तो विजुअलाइज करके सब कुछ करके ट्रेन कर रहे हैं, बॉडी को कैसे ट्रेन करें? गेस, व्हाट डू यू थिंक, हाउ कैन वी ट्रेन द बॉडी? বলো একটু, নিজেও ভাবো, মাথা লাগাও. হ্যাঁ, কেউ কিছু বলছে না? কি আনন্দিতা, তোমার কি মনে হয়?
योगा प्राणायाम.
Hmm? Yoga pranayam is very essential. It is very essential for people who are meditators. Yoga is very important, and yoga or any kind of exercise, not just yoga pranayam. any kind of exercise, because every day we are releasing a lot of we are, we are cleansing our body, we are releasing our body, we need the body sometimes. आप देखिएगा दो कंटिन्यूअसली मेडिटेट करोगे तो कुछ दिनों बाद ना मेडिटेशन करने का मन नहीं करेगा, रेस्टलेस फील करेगा. व्हाट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड दैट? बिकॉज द बॉडी has stored so much of released energy, अभी तक निकला नहीं है बॉडी में, इतना एनर्जी हो गया है और दो एक्स्ट्रा एनर्जी वो ले ही नहीं पा रहा है. That's why every day, we should do exercise, we should do yoga or in some other form of exercise, so that we release that excess energy, so that my body is prepared for a new meditation to take more energy from the universe. But here yoga and pranayama is not connected. Okay, we can train the body by being actors and actresses in our lives. एक्टिंग करना किसको पसंद है? कि मैं बहुत रिच हूँ, मैं कैसे वॉक करती हूँ, मैं कैसे चाय पीती हूँ, हाउ विल आई वॉक, हाउ विल आई टॉक, हाउ विल आई फील क्लासी. Okay, so friends, it might look very shallow, but this is how the body wants to feel. It's then it starts believing that you are that, you know and yeah, what I'm saying is that don't go overboard, don't become arrogant, but make yourself feel. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि मेडिटेशन करने के बाद ही I get up and and then I forget, oh, I was visualizing such great things, I'm this, I'm that, but now see, I'm a nokrani at home, a simple housewife. Yeah, Anandita.
আমি আমার একটা খুব অনেকদিন ধরে এই কোয়েশ্চেনটা, সব স্পিরিচুয়াল লিডারদের যারা অনেক বেশি এনলাইটেন, তারা কেন ক্যান্সার হয় তাদের?
So it is like, sometimes there are two reasons. Okay. I will get back to you. Let me finish the topic and I will get back to you. Okay. Please hold on to the question, because otherwise the flow we will miss. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So what we can do is that we can get up and we can start, acting as if I have already achieved. How will you walk? You will see, people who are, rich people have a certain kind of feeling of power and a feeling of love, that they are loved by the universe, and they feel very powerful because of the money.
আচ্ছা, আমি একটা কথা বলি, যে এই যে বলছো অ্যাক্টিং, তো এরকম অ্যাক্টিং করলে আমার মাইন্ড বলবে না যে, মানে ব্যাপারটা ফেক হবে না, যে এখন কন্টিনিউয়াসলি মাইন্ড থেকে হবে যে আমি নই কিন্তু আমি অ্যাক্টিং করছি।
No, that's why বলি না যে মেডিটেশন করার পর উঠেই করবে, because and also if you are faking, first is fake it till you make it. You will see একদিন ফেক মনে হবে, দুদিন পরে করতে 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 তোমার মনে হবে আমি ওটা বনে গেছি. এটা কোনোদিনও দেখেছো? আমি I was a theater artist, right? If many of you know that.
Yes,
So I was into theater. The first day when a script was given to me, I used to think, who is this person? Oh, I have to know this character. She's some Savitri. Okay. Oh, she's somebody else. Okay. This is her life. Okay. But once I started by hearting the script of my character, I learned it. Then I every day go for rehearsal. করতে করতে after a certain point of time, now you start feeling you are Savitri. Did you get it, Joita? This is what happens. বুঝতে পেরেছো? যে প্রথমে I will feel uneasy, but when I realize, oh, this is yeah, let me become, oh, how would Savitri talk, how would that's why they say mirror bole ki if you want to become a great person in any area, try to mirror that a great person of the same area. As if, how would Ambani talk or Nita Ambani talk, how would she crack a deal, how would she talk to others, how would Mukesh Ambani think about stocks and shares. Oh, and feel as if, just feel that you are that person, you are Warren Buffett. Okay, who is very good in analyzing business, and that's what even Rich Dad Poor Dad, he was saying that whenever I have to close some deal, I feel Donald Trump is not a very good example, because now he looks like a flop master, but he's a billionaire, right? So he was saying that whenever I have to close deal, I try to mirror myself as if I am Donald Trump. I bring in the courage of Donald Trump, and then I go to close a deal. Whenever I have to analyze something in some business, I feel as if I'm Warren Buffett, and I'm going to analyze this stock and share and think how it is going to work. I completely feel I'm Warren Buffett. Okay, so this, what happens is that whenever we start mirroring somebody or we start mirroring ourselves thinking as I am very rich, we start becoming like that. It is the nature of the universe to match to the frequency, right? Even if I'm thinking of Warren Buffett, but in reality what I'm doing, I'm increasing my frequency like Warren Buffett, right? The way in which frequency he's closing deals of business, I'm bringing myself up to that frequency. So say that, and because I'm bringing myself up to that frequency, I'm naturally going to attract money in my life. Did you understand what happens when we do this acting? তার জন্য tomorrow I am going to take this walking meditation, friends. যে অনেক হয়েছে আমরা visualization করেছি, but now it is time for us to do walking meditation. Okay, walking meditation, and I will we already have Joe Dispenza's, and the meditation will be on Joe Dispenza's music. Please prepare yourself, come exactly on time, because আমি কিন্তু কালকে আর explain করব না যে কেন আমরা walking meditation করছি, because walking meditation করাতে কি হয়, the body also gets used to you walk like that person, you feel as if you are that person, whether you confident person or energetic person or choice person or rich person, whatever person you want to feel in your life, okay, or happy person, or everyone loves you, that kind of a person. When you walk, feel that. So then what happens is that you are conditioning your body to become also like the mind, believing in the new reality. Okay, so kalke kintu er jonno Meenakshi she will be posting a message. Tomorrow there will be no study, nothing. It is a 1 hour 15-minute audio of Dr. Joe Dispenza. I will put the audio, and you are going to, that's why you have to be outdoors, friends. Okay, you have to be outdoors. You have to be outdoors, watching parte, if possible. If you have a big hall room, then you can do it at home, but otherwise come out either in the terrace or somewhere below your building. Wear whatever shoes is comfortable for you, because it is going to be at least a 1 hour, 1 hour 15 minutes walk. Afsanji, I know it will be difficult for you. If it is difficult, then you just listen and imagine as if you are walking. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
okay,
মানে এটা ঘরে করলে হবে না, আমাদের এখানে মানে রাত্রিরে নিচে যাওয়াটা একটু।
ওটাই বললাম, তোমার হলে ওয়াক করতে থাকবে।
আচ্ছা,
ওকে, তোমার হলে ওয়াক করতে থাকবে। so so
Is
friends,
it brisk or it will be normal walking?
it will
Will it be
be a
brisk?
guided meditation. He will guide you. Joe Dispenza's voice, with voice he will tell you everything, when to walk, when he will tell you stand, and when he will tell you when to sit. You just have to listen to him and follow his instructions. Okay,
Oh, okay, then that's fine.
okay, so okay, ठीक है. So friends, another thing that I want to talk about is that see friends, this is another thing, I just to finish it off, because this is the syllabus that I did it in the morning, is feeling abundant. I told you, right? The abundant feel করার জন্য না, there is another thing that we need to act, right? So if you have to act, you also have to make sure that you don't buy all the time, go for discounted products and keep buying them. Okay, then you will feel it's a very cheap mentality to always look for discounted products and going and buying. At least till, if you can dissociate yourself from that thought, you can go ahead. Otherwise try to make sure कि मैं नहीं खरीदूंगी तो मैं थोड़ा बहुत ऐसा लगे, कुछ भी खरीदने से लगे कि अरे वाह, I'm rich, I'm abundant. It should feel like that. No? It has nothing to do with kya yaar cheap product kharida. I'm not talking about that. I really respect everything, but for you to feel abundant, it is important that you start buying less things, but something which you can say that, oh, I feel rich. I deserve this good thing in my life. Okay, अगर नहीं हो पाता, if you cannot afford those things, then the another way of feeling abundant is give lots of gratitude. Gratitude is such a frequency, it makes you feel very abundant. It says, oh, thank you, I have so much. The feeling of gratitude itself says, right, that you have lots, that's why you are giving gratitude. So the feeling of gratitude also makes us feel very abundant. That's why बोलते हैं ना कि अगर आपको रिच बहुत जल्दी होना है तो अपने लाइफ में ग्रेटिट्यूड का इमोशन भर भर के लाओ, भर भर के लाओ. ओके, ओके फ्रेंड्स. So and then friends, yeah, and why I'm talking about gratitude is, friends, because gratitude is, is a, I did my, if you know, I did my MBA from England, right? And then there, abhi to dissertation or thesis writing is so common, but in England, I did it in, I think, 2009 or 10. At that time only, they wanted us to do thesis. The final product in England MBA is always you have to do a thesis and you have to present. So I was in HR, and I had to, I was very much into knowing what gratitude does in a business and everything. And I did, research in that area. And few of the books that I touched, they all were coming back to this fact that even आपको business भी करना है, if you are thinking about doing business in future, having more people as employees in future, gratitude should be a way of life. Yeah, because in that research I found out that, when we give gratitude, hmm, uh, a lot of, when selflessly we take care of our the people who are working, employees, they, out of gratitude, they want to give you back. When you selflessly take care of others, not thinking, not calculating, and thinking that, I will give you, that's why you have to give me back, and all these things, this is what calculation does. But when we do it selflessly, naturally, out of gratitude, people would want to give you back. Otherwise, employees को क्या लगता है, अरे ये इतना सेल्फिश है, ये बंदा काम इतना कराता है, इतना परेशान कर रहा है, and everything. But उसको अगर देख रहा है कि employer is so concerned about others, well-being, not just about worrying about the final product and everything, thinking तुम्हारे घर में सब ठीक है, तुम्हारा emotional thing ठीक है कि नहीं, having heart. That's why, see, even in business, the more heart we have, the more we are able to do business. And this is what it shows, that my research showed. Okay, that gratitude. There was another, this is my own personal research, I did it on in a company, and I found that, okay, well, the I took interview of many employees of that company, and they were telling the same thing, that when, and when they are taken care of by their employer, they feel like giving more, they feel free, they don't feel burdened, and that's why they are able to give more. Okay, and there was another research done by a company on a sales company. People were divided into two groups, and they were, one was, told that, you will call people up and force them to take sales, and another was told that you will call people up and just tell them, thank you, you took the sale last time. These were all old customers, they were only called to say thank you, deep gratitude. And they saw that the people who were forcing people to take sales, they could not have good sales. But the people who called up and said, thank you so much, you took the sales, these old customers, they came back, and they were filled with lots of customers, and fresh, account was open for sales and everything. So this was a research done. तब तक तो मुझे इतना frequency भी नहीं आता था. It's 2009 I'm talking about. That's the time I did research, and now I know even the science of spirituality, that how important gratitude is to change our life. Okay, so let's bring in the emotion of gratitude if we want to become rich faster. So now, coming back to Anandita's question, that why do people catch cancer, or people who are going to, and does that scare you?
না, ঠিক নয়, কিন্তু আমি জাস্ট আমার অনেকদিন ধরে এটা একটা কোয়েশ্চেন মনের মধ্যে, কেন এটা, তারা তো এনলাইটেন, তাদের মধ্যে ক্যান্সার কেন?
তো কেন হবে
শুধু
না?
ক্যান্সার না, তাদের মানে ডেথটা হয় ইউজুয়াল ডেথ হয় না
না
সাধারণত।
অনেক
হয়
সবার
না?
হয় না, not
সবার
everybody,
না, সবার নয়।
না, but
তবে
many.
কিছু কিছু
হ্যাঁ, because what happens is that sometimes you might attain enlightenment but karma might still be pending, এরকমও হতে পারে। Okay, sometime you have attained that higher truth, and eto joy, the karma is still pending, and for these people, for these people, what happens, because they have attained the highest joy, for them cancer and everything, they doesn't matter, because they have reached that nirvana, that paramanand state. Okay, and again, they cannot even associate with their own body anymore. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. So they will say, oh, my body has cancer. They cannot even say I have cancer. Can you imagine how enlightened they are? They cannot even associate themselves with the body. They associate themselves with so much of soul that they say that, oh, my body has cancer. They forgot that the body is actually theirs. Many in real, there is this story of uh, um, uh, this Ramana Maharishi. Ramana Maharishi was, he was correcting, many people was writing his autobiography and everything, right? People would come, ask him questions, they will write it down, answer, so that this can be for future purpose, so that many books were made. So there are many books, Gospels of Ramana Maharishi and all these books. There are many books of Ramana Maharishi. So one day he was, he was correcting. होता है ना कि लिखने के बाद, let me check. Okay, and then he says that, okay, and one day he was saying that, this guy, who is this Ramana Maharishi, this I think is not correct, this statement of this guy is not correct. And another person was stunned. He said, who are you talking about? He said, I'm talking about this Ramana Maharishi. What he's talking, I think, is here somebody who wrote it was not wrote it correctly. And he said, sir, you are Ramana Maharishi. He said, oh, okay. This is what happens to people who attain enlightenment. They cannot even relate to their own body. They forget that it is their own body. So for them, cancer ho na ho, kuch fark hi nahi padta hai. The body is in pain, but they are not suffering. Okay. Second is that some enlightened masters, to relieve the pain of others, they take in the karmas of others. This also happens. ওকে, অন্যের কর্ম নিয়ে নেয়, কিছু কিছু ভক্তের কর্ম দুঃখ কষ্ট নিয়ে নেয়। So that's why this also happens, and they take in and they are okay to suffer and they joyfully suffer. For some, what happens that অলমোস্ট এনলাইটেনমেন্ট এন্ড মোক্ষর মধ্যে ডিফারেন্স আছে। মোক্ষ মানে এনলাইটেন, মানে তুমি এখনো বডিতে আছো, তুমি এনলাইটেন্ড হয়ে গেছো, বাট তোমার এখনো কর্মা আছে যার জন্য তুমি বেঁচে আছো, কিন্তু তোমার কর্মা একটু আছে স্টোর্ড, দ্যাটস ওয়াই you are still suffering, you are going through ups and downs. Moksha is another thing where you completely melt yourself and you no longer take birth. Okay, and at that time you chose that, okay, I have also cleansed all the karma. Sometimes the last birth is the most painful birth. I told you my life as well. It is an extreme, sometimes it is extremely challenging, my life. Okay, and the last birth, why it is last third birth the most painful birth? Because सब कर्मा बोलते हैं अच्छा सब एक साथ में खत्म करेंगे, एक साथ में. Okay, but see also the joy, you don't get affected too much with it. एक टाइम के बाद एनलाइटनमेंट क्या है? एनलाइटनमेंट ऐसा नहीं है कि तुम्हारे शरीर के चारों तरफ there will be a halo around your, and you will understand, oh, this man has attained enlightenment, this woman has attained enlightenment. But enlightenment is when you have reached a state where nothing bothers you. You have reached, you might, it's not joy. जॉय नहीं भी हो सकता, लाइफ के अप्स एंड डाउन्स है ना, चैलेंज हो भी सकता है. इवन अ गुरु हैज अप्स एंड डाउन्स, ही माइट आल्सो गो थ्रू some challenges, but deep down he will have deep satisfaction. This is what Sarvapriya Nanda was talking in one of his lectures, mentioning some ancient studies, where he says one of the signs that you are enlightened is that you might not be happy, but you might be completely satisfied, and you will accept your situation just the way it is. Even be cancer bhi hai that, but I accept it just the way it is. Okay, Afsanji, you wanted to say something?
No, no. Not
Okay,
that.
I just saw it's unmuted.
So I just
Well,
had one question. One question. You
yeah.
said this was karma, and you said it was like the last birth about you were telling. But how did you come to know about that? How do you feel so?
No, I'm not saying that. See, this might not be my last birth as well, but it is a normal thing for people with last birth to have a very challenging life. This is the
Okay.
normal thing because सब सारा कर्मा उसी में हम burn करके फिर खत्म करके निकल जाते हैं. Okay.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. So yeah, so but at the same time I'm so grateful. 18 kya mera, if many people see my kundli, today Navonita did not join, and when she joined she said Didi, and she's a very good astrologer, and she said Didi, you're from childhood you have been suffering, na? And I said yeah. So said you had many ups and downs, na Didi? I said yeah. But I'm happy and smiling because of those ups and downs today, because I learned from all the mistakes, and I grew as a person because of those ups and downs. Okay. So thank you, friends. Today we will do just plain visualization. Okay. Tomorrow, remember, we are going to do a walking meditation. Be exactly on time, because I will not guide you. You will just go with your headphones, walking shoes out, and you will be just listening to the music. 1 hour, 15 minutes. Okay. So I'll play the music. We'll do meditation now. Anandita, I hope you are clear now. Anandita?
Thank you.
Breathe in and breathe out. Through your heart. And as you're breathing in and out through your heart, fill in your emotions of gratitude. Think about now the people who have helped you with money. Be grateful for your parents who just after your bath started taking care of you. All your needs were fulfilled.